guys. We'll get started in just a few minutes. AR, why don't you say a few words so we can tell if they can hear you or not?
Okay.
They
You can all hear me, I hope.
Yeah,
Good.
they can.
Good. Move on.
Dev,
Uh,
I'm reasonably sure they heard that.
And a happy Odaiba day to you too.
And it's been a week, hasn't it?
I mean, that's the idea.
I know, but still, there's
Yeah.
like half a dozen different things that could have been an actual topic.
Yes.
Okay. They can definitely hear you guys. You guys ready to go?
Yeah, let's get on with this.
Welcome to the With the Will podcast. We're here to entertain, inform, but while talking about Digimon. I'm Mark, a run with the Will, and produce Digimon on Blu-ray.
I'm AR Pulver. Let's get on with this because I'm only on chapter 2.
I'm DevQ and I am a vessel for soup.
We should probably start by saying there won't be any Survive spoilers, although we will be discussing the game.
I haven't gotten to any point that it's a spoiler yet.
It's worth saying it anyways.
Oh no, it is. It definitely is.
Oh
this
man,
is a safe zone.
There's a lot to go over. We're just gonna jump into it because there's a lot to go over. So first up, it's a Ghost Game episode that's very Ghost Gamey.
It definitely happened.
It's weird because
who the fuck are these people?
No, so there's a few.
I like these kids. I like these randoms.
No,
these randos.
Yeah, so that was the first key thing I wanted to bring up. The show's very good at detailing the random nonsense characters that we may never see again, and it's having issues actually dealing with the main characters who theoretically are recurring. It keeps detailing these one-off characters better than the main ones.
Yeah, honestly, I was looking forward to an adventure with these characters, and then in 5 minutes they're all gone.
But they personalized them more than they have the leads to a degree.
They got names.
Yeah. Also, Lamortmon and Ruli were added to the intro, and then the end shot changed, and the end shot has an intro with Galus Gamamon, which was a neat little touch.
Makes me happy. I like Galus.
So, building...
Galus is just a source of joy for everybody.
Building gets yanked down, building reappears, and then the gang goes off, and Kiyoshiro, he's supposed to be smart, right? The show keeps telling us how smart he is, but he also keeps showing up for this shit, and then is fucking shocked when it's hey, I'm being dragged to something with Hiro and Ruli, and it's just gonna be a picnic.
He's smart, but he also has no spine.
Yes, but he's also but I'm saying he's dumb. He keeps showing up for the shit, and then he's shocked when it's oh, we're
doing what?
Yes. And then, this time, he's not even smart enough to leave because he's worried about being alone.
To be fair, you don't split up the party.
No, you don't, but, I think if the choice is potential murder cave or just leave the park quickly, maybe just leave.
Just leave. Yeah, you knew this was going to be a bad idea from the start, and you're right.
Yeah. And then... Gamamon comments, Kiyoshiro, everyone comments that something's gonna go wrong. Cave in. Everyone freaks.
It does.
No cells. So here's the thing that bothers me the most about Ghost Game now. We're starting to hit the point where the show has actually figured out the correct mood to have. It's just not getting better or moving along. The mood for the first half of this episode was great. It's exactly what it needed to be. And then it turned into weird, goofy, not quite battle with fucking frontier guy.
It was just a fight. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even an awful fight, but it was just a fight.
Also, someone tell me if I'm wrong. So they start doing the stuff about why Gigaspawn's doing this. And it's okay, he's worried about the world. Am I wrong, or was he watching a movie trailer?
He watched the day after tomorrow.
But then the plot gets confused on what it is because everyone's then trying to convince him that these problems are going to be dealt with, and it's kind of fucking weird because it's the show forgot that it was a movie trailer because everyone's actually talking about the problem.
Yeah, Hero's actually rather hopeful about the solving climate change.
Well, I mean, if he's kind of stupid enough to not realize what a movie is, I mean, trying to explain it to him, it's like Galaxy Quest.
Yeah, and then
little bit, yeah.
So
it's like Hero's like, no, we are destroying ourselves, but we're trying to fix it.
And then, hey, look, it's Ken Weissman, and everyone stops to actually clarify that yes, there is something going on with him on an ongoing basis. What's weird is they like detail it not at all, but it felt like they did. Like I sat there,
yeah.
like I sat, like
it's kind of like the second or third time. It's like,
No,
hey,
but
this might not last long.
But
it's
that's
just Hero going, okay, this is a thing.
But that's the weird thing is like it almost felt like they wanted to detail it and then chose not to. Like I was sitting there going, I wonder if this has to do with them having an evil evolution that doesn't match the other three at the moment.
I just figured it was just kind of like, higher levels don't have that long.
Yeah, I was like, okay, they'll take their sweet time explaining this thing too.
And then
like, you don't have that many 7th level spell slots.
And
there you go.
Gigasmon was sad, and he thought he was being kind and making everyone graves out of themselves.
We've heard this before.
No, but see, that's where it doesn't even make sense. He thought he was being kind by making them graves.
Like turning them into stone.
I wonder if there's a translation oddity here or if he just.
Who wouldn't want to be one of the Terracotta Warriors? It's a historic landmark.
And Gigasmon saves everyone. They have hope. And then, did they not really clarify, ignoring the fact that, we see Ruli and Angoramon, did they not actually clarify that, yes, he put everyone back?
I think that was just assumed at this point.
Yeah, it was, but weird.
And then I don't kind of walked out of the cave, just a crowd of people.
Yeah.
And then Angoramon does his puffery, and Kiyoshiro's like, I wouldn't laugh at any of this shit. I would be a statue. I will say, did you guys notice the Easter egg?
No.
When Bettel did Soar Shot, it was the Frontier logo.
Oh, cute.
Oh shit.
The F sigil shot out.
Okay. Yeah, it was fun.
Beating up Gigasmon with his own logo on the day of DigiFes.
Yep. Frontier beating up on Gigasmon because he's still the worst evil spirit in Frontier.
As if he didn't get beaten up enough in the polls.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, he got the shit beat out of those.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's bring that one back.
Yeah. It was very much a standard episode where the first half, I actually like the mood they were set. They've got.
I liked a lot of
it's they're bringing up all the atmosphere and tropes of
they've got.
I liked a lot of
cave adventure.
I liked a lot of what they introduced in this episode. It just didn't spend enough time to actually develop it before they went to the really kind of dull stuff.
But the last few episodes have actually started to get the atmosphere right. More than being
I hope they keep it up.
No, absolutely. But this one gets the mood right, and then it kind of trips over itself once it actually has to do something. It was really strange.
Yeah, it's it's halfway through and we've got the villain and we know we have to fight it now, and that's the rest of the episode.
And it was Moss all along.
Pretty.
Yeah.
It's
okay.
all swamp gas.
So to go over the guest cast quickly, Ken Uo was Gigasmon, his first Digimon appearance. Lots of smaller roles, a few bigger ones. The most interesting one to us, though, he was the Japanese dub voice of Cyborg in the Teen Titans cartoon.
Okay.
Ryosuke Kanemoto was Kazu. He was a scientist earlier in Ghost Game, probably best known as a character in Happiness.
Even the one that got his head bitten off.
Kazu, I thought, was the big guy.
Yeah, Kazu was the big guy.
No, Kazu was the muscle guy. Izuka was the big guy.
Izuka's the cave expert.
Yeah. Yasuhiko Kazawa was Izuka.
Spelunking enthusiast.
So here's the most interesting one. He was Shellmon in the original adventure.
Oh, nice.
He was also the high class / high grade Bakumon in Hunters.
Okay. I think I remember which one that is, too.
Yeah. Rina Kawaguchi was Nico. She's Mo and Podamon in Ghost Game.
I want to see her again.
That's yeah. And then
this is one that's like I wish these characters would show up again.
And Haruka Troy was Pio-chin. She was Nijima earlier in Ghost Game, and she plays like that. She plays that sort of goofy, energetic character. She's Aikatsu, Yuki Yuna's hero.
Oh yeah.
She's Kobeni and engaged in an event. She plays that sort of cutesy character a lot.
She's that girl.
Yes. Although I think Yuki Una twists that around, as I recall. I may be wrong on that, though. But yeah.
I don't care. I don't care if I see her again. She was kind of annoying.
And then next week we get Herd of the Dead, which, man, if they fuck up a zombie episode, oh, man, like...
Yeah, just watch the trailer.
I'm really hoping for some Army of the Dead references.
You just nod and go, okay, zombies.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, next week's episode should be so easy. You just have to have them running from zombies. You don't have to do anything to make it work.
I want Ghost Game to do something, though.
No,
it would
so
be
would
very nice if they did something.
I want Kyoshiro to have a sawed-off shotgun.
Oh my god.
No, he would throw it. He'd be the character where like he loads it and then he sees something and he just chucks it at them.
Chucks it at them.
Yeah. And then do we have anything else to say about Ghost Game at the moment?
Oh, I just want to see someone with a boomstick now.
Off to the luge. First off, Odaiba Memorial yesterday in Japan. We got some very nice social art. I love that barbecue art and how you just get... I just like Espimon sitting there.
Espimon's just kind of floating there.
The Toei Museum put up some of their nice chalk art.
Mm-hmm.
And that Agumon plush just sitting there. I don't know why I'm so amused by that. Tori Shigematsu put up photos of DigiFes years past. Megumi Hand tweeted a photo of her as she's put up that photo before, showing when she was a little kid in the Weregarumon thing. It's just an amusing photo. Because at this point, she's Iru, she's Takeru, she's Nokia.
Yeah, Nokia.
She's way too many characters at this point, and she will continue to be more.
She needs a guest spot in Ghost Game.
See, you say that, but it's the 25th anniversary. You just invited an adventure crossover, AR.
It could be. It's Iru is the one I was. There's been a lot of hunters actually showing up in
then
Ghost Game too.
It's time for Survive. Survive is out. It exists.
I wish I was playing it now.
So first, let's start with the obvious. There were some growing pains last week.
Yeah.
Some people haven't gotten theirs yet. Some people got theirs early. For whatever reason, mine showed up on Tuesday.
Nowhere in 25 miles of where I live, despite it being a major city.
I received a review copy on Friday after I had ridden everything. And it was randomly an Xbox copy. Which, fine, I have an Xbox, but by then, like, I'm not going to start the game over on Xbox. If I start the game over, it'll be PC. Right. Gilmon codes went stupid, but they're dealing with that now, and they're dealing with it decently enough.
Yeah.
If you have a physical copy in North America and you didn't get a code, go to their customer support site, which they put the address, send them proof of purchase, and they will get you a code for your platform. So that's fine. That's deals with
fair
it.
Enough, yeah. I had a bit of an adventure because I pre-ordered it really late on Target, and it was originally going to be delivered on Monday or today, which I was totally fine with because I was pretty busy over the weekend, and they extended the back order. I'm like, okay, forget it. I'll just get the digital.
Yeah.
So I've got the digital on Switch. I've got it on digital. I've got Gilmon. It's semi-useful.
Well, the release weirdness. So first off, they announced a launch live stream on Friday. They canceled it Friday because some staffer had an emergency, which is fine. That's reasonable.
Okay.
For whatever reason, people got very upset by that, which I like. That's completely reasonable for them to go, someone has an issue. The end.
Someone's got a thing. That happens.
So before we talk about the game, let's talk about the recurring joke that turned out to be not as much a joke as we meant.
Oh, fans are stupid?
Yeah, because here's the thing. We always had to laugh with it because we always saw a small pile of people going, it's a strategy game or a visual novel. It's like, they've always been very clear
Yeah, they
about
said
this.
that from the beginning.
And people, we were never joking about it in the sense of we were always serious, but god damn, like, it's hard not to just say stupid at some point.
Oh no, this is
please
idiotic.
have some reading comprehension.
Like,
yeah.
Also,
absolutely idiotic.
Also, the people going, they didn't advertise the game at all. We got plenty
also idiotic.
We saw plenty of advertising to the point that
it's literally if you go into a physical GameStop store, it's playing on the TVs there.
I know, like,
oh, mine wasn't. The one I checked
we didn't get the crazy wave of advertising that AAA games get. We got plenty of stuff.
It got it equivalent to an anime game.
Yes.
And a semi-top level anime game.
Yeah.
Like, it was up there in the conversation with the new the new One Piece game and the MHA and all that stuff. Like, it's like that's the level it's supposed to be at. It's not Final Fantasy, people.
Yeah. But the number of people who were not prepared for the game at what it was at all is
just
shocking.
Dumb.
Also, the people who are like, they never clarified it would have an English dub or not. They never said it had an English dub, period.
It would.
You don't need to
That means you put 2 and 2 together there.
Yeah. So let's start with the obvious thing. Let's start with translation first. They effectively translated it as a dub, which I thought worked well. They really do. They really do need to pump up the quality control, though. That still
a little bit, yeah. I appreciated that, but it's like there's definitely stuff you can tell where they're going off script.
I would say the main issue is it's like they got caught in loops and characters would repeat gags.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, also some of the writing.
Minoru got through his A material really quickly.
Also, they perhaps made some of it a bit too cliche. Like, as much as I joked about it on Twitter, Minoru really is written like a B-grade Chandler.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, which I kind of I hope that maintains itself through the series. Absolutely. But
so let's start.
Also, it's
like we're audio, like I feel like
here's 3 words and it's like an entire wall of text. It's like this
right. I feel like we're gonna need that levity as the game goes on. But
the game is good.
I liked it. It's everything I'd hoped for.
Well, it's exactly what we joked it would be. It is Digimon Adventure Extreme, or if it would help, Digimon Adventure, but you're playing Linkin Park in the background and talking about how dark things are. It's so fucking dark, man. Look, there's cursing.
Oh my god.
Blood.
He said ass.
Murder most foul. It is
all the stuff that was already in Cyber Sleuth.
It is fine. It's good.
I'm very happy with it.
I would say, and I think I saw Dev say something relative to him, the interface is kind of painful. It's kind of slow in plotting.
Yeah, at times it is.
Like here's the thing. When I was playing it, I was sitting there going, okay, one, I'm not going to play through this 4 times. I'm just not going to. But I was like, okay, you know what? I think I could do twice. Once as it goes, and second, trying to get the quote-unquote bonus ending.
Yeah.
A few days away from it because busy with work, site, other stuff. I'm sitting there going, the issue is like, now that I have some time away from it, I'm going, it really was slow to get through anything because of and that's not an abnormal thing with visual novels, but I think this one wasn't.
It's very clunky.
The interface wasn't as polished as it should be. The game itself is fine. It feels like my main issue with the game. It's very slow to let you do stuff, even for a visual novel. Like, AR, have you gotten to any point yet where you have to bounce between rooms?
Yeah.
And where you have to go there, you have to check everything, you have to leave, you have to check another location, but also like
and if you accidentally click the wrong button, you can't just back out of it. You have to commit to it.
Yeah, I feel like I do feel like that at the very least you don't have to check every room. I feel like it's helpful, but there's definitely some rooms you can skip, but you might miss out on like a bonus item or something.
Those are my two other issues. The first is I like that they mark stuff so you know if there's something to check. But I
found stuff that wasn't marked.
Well, that was the other thing is that it doesn't behoove you to look around because it tells you not to. It tells you if there's something to do, it will mark it, but that's not true. And two, the game very much babies the player.
Yeah, first it definitely does.
The two things there. The first is stop telling me to do stuff. It's a visual novel. That's all there is to do.
It feels like it's kind of introducing people to that idea.
Maybe, but
get people into that rhythm.
But like the one that I put, the two screenshots I did of it saying you should check this location. Those were 2 lines apart.
Mm-hmm.
And the second one is as much as I like it for like if I'm trying to go through stuff quickly, I'm not sure how I feel about that shortcut button. Because it means you don't have to look around. You know what I mean?
Which shortcut button?
The shoulder buttons pump you through anything you can interact with in a scene. No. So it means you don't have to check anything.
It's
not.
I like. Oh no! What's I've come to appreciate that is.
Oh no!
I
like
all the important stuff.
It does.
I like that it gives you the important stuff, and then you can also like use the camera to find additional stuff that may not be called out.
No, you can use the camera for that also. If you switch to the camera, the button still works.
Oh, well. Yeah.
But that's what I mean, like, at least have it turned off during the camera so that, because what happens is you go, okay, I have shit to do, I'm not going to look, and you just hit the button to see if it pulls the camera anywhere. And if it doesn't, there's nothing there, and you just go.
Gotcha.
Also, the
battles I didn't notice that, actually.
Low.
Yeah, so the game itself, the visual novel stuff works great. If the interface was better, I'd be happier. But the characters are interesting. The story, it's early enough that I'm kind of in the stage where the story's fine. I'm not sure I care. I care about the characters, which is the point.
Yeah, I've heard everyone I trust with story stuff says it gets really, really good.
No, absolutely.
And the characters are good. I really love the Digimon characters. Now, I've only met half of them so far. The Digimon characters.
So I didn't think about this until I saw someone say it. The game is kind of embarrassed to be Digimon. And I didn't think about this until someone mentioned it, and I started thinking, that's actually a weird area where, because the dubs made changes, the game's actually more interesting in English.
Yeah.
Do you know the specific change I'm going to mention?
The Kemonogami, or?
No. Because they remove any mention of anything that makes it Digimon. That's why they used Evolve instead of Digivolve.
Oh, yeah.
They've stripped anything Digimon out, term-wise.
Yeah, I noticed that and was a little curious.
But in the case of the dub, the English stuff, though, it almost feels like it has purpose by doing that because it's changed a core thing.
Mm-hmm.
You actually don't get that in the Japanese version, so it's kind of interesting to me.
But I got to the most recent thing I did was I'm just kind of wrapping up the stuff with the Falcomon's evolution. And
that's about where I got before I got busy, and
so that scene is so extremely Digimon that it's like, okay, this is feeling like Digimon now.
I will say I know what I'm gonna get tired of soon, even though I've only seen a few times. I don't need every evolution scene to be the Greymon opening shot.
I hope that's not in every one. Like every new one, I don't mind, but
oh no, it doesn't show up again when you evolve again. But I believe that's there the first time every time.
It's not too bad. Aside from Agumon, there aren't really that many evolutions.
Yeah. Also, especially because there's you can get different ones. I think it's kind
of
cool.
I will say this: I'm not sure the voice adds anything because there's so little of it.
Yeah.
That I like that it has voices, and the voices they chose are very good. It feels like, though, they should have gone either all in or just not done it outside of the intro, because they chime in so randomly,
What do you mean by the voices?
the characters actually talking.
Oh, it's been enough for me.
Oh,
I'm really happy. I think it adds a lot.
I've barely seen any.
Oh, it's quite a bit. I've noticed. I'm really happy with the amount of. I'm really happy actually with the amount of acted scenes there are. It could have been very little. See, and it's I'd say it's almost like 50-50.
Oh, I'm about where you are, and I would say it's more maybe 1090 or 2080.
Oh, it's more than that.
It's definitely not 50-50.
Yeah, if you press the button, it takes a while for the audio to load in after you switch to a prompt.
Okay, I haven't been like jamming the buttons. I can't.
You don't have to jam the buttons. Like, it's a good couple of seconds. Like, you can easily read that entire thing and go to the next one before the audio will even start.
Also, it tends to be
possible.
The voicing also tends to be more in the interstitial scenes than the free exploration scenes. Those don't tend to be voiced as much, but it's still enough for me. Like, I don't generally expect it in the parts where you're in control. I don't always expect voice acting, so maybe that's...
So I will say, the one thing I was a bit surprised by, as much as we joked about it, it really does riff off Adventure a lot.
Oh yeah, totally.
Like, I think I even tweeted, like, I'm actually surprised, especially in the early stuff, how much there's stuff that's almost just word for word from Adventure.
It reminds you how much this formula works too.
But yeah, that's where the interesting thing is the people most likely that feels like that have been the loudest about it, like, no nostalgia, no adventure, and that's like the entire game so far is basically wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah,
this could have been
most of the characters are pretty clear one-to-one parallels. Like, the only person in the Adventure cast that really isn't really represented is Koshiro, and he's replaced by Ryo, and that's the cause of all of their problems.
I would say Koshiro is Minoru, just more.
Yeah, because he's like the more nerdy.
Yeah. I see
that super knowledgeable, but also kind of an idiot.
Yeah, he's a little too dumb to be Koshiro.
Well, no,
he has this very specific niche stuff.
You're not wrong. I feel like though that's like the position he's in, even if he doesn't quite fit that niche.
Yeah, Minoru's sort of that halfway between Koshiro and Takeru.
Yes, it's sort of like how Ryo is basically older Takeru with an attitude.
Oh God!
Like, that is like what they've done with him is
It's like you've got this Adventure cast plus Kiyashiro. Except instead of Jellymon, you get Kunemon, who is awesome. Kunemon is fantastic, but
so
Kunemon's great. Kunemon might be one of my favorites of the Digimon so far.
I think the thing that like touched me isn't right, but like the thing that I think works the best gameplay wise, I think in the battles, the way evolutions are handled is fantastic.
Yeah, I was impressed by the way they did that.
And
that's something that's something I've really have difficulty. I know games have difficulty with that.
No, absolutely, and I think this is
really well.
This is the first time when I sat there and I went, "Wow, this really is the first time where it feels like evolution found a way to work, and it doesn't like fuck around where it has to kill the Digimon at some point, or you have to de-evolve them to make them stronger. It's just the progression is normal JRPG progression.
It's very adventure. Like, if you need it in a battle, it's there for you.
It's there as you want. It uses the special special attack points each round you're evolved, and you can de-evolve and evolve functionally at will. I haven't actually de-evolved purposely, then re-evolved again, so that may not be.
I keep forgetting to actually use the evolution feature.
Yeah. But as far as games go, this is the first time when I've gone, it is a game where evolution works as a concept, and they've made it happen mid-battle, which is, works very impressively to me.
It works, and like I said, it works thematically as well.
No, it really does. Like, there's a lot of stuff where I could sit there and go, here's the good and here's the bad aspect behind it. The evolution just works.
Yes. some of the the battling is good generally. There's some things I have to get used to it with still. I need to be able to translate a lot of the prompts. If I'm getting an advantage, is it because it's a height advantage, or is it because of a type advantage or an attribute advantage?
So
I need to keep track of that better.
Yeah,
but
that's actually the only negative.
The UI is kind of
the UI is a little
clunky. The only real negative thing to battle is, and the gameplay makes sense. There's no way to know what the answers are, minus basically going, I think I remember this character from an anime episode. I'm going to answer based on what I think they would answer.
That's how I got Biyomon. I just straight up went, this is what Adventure Biyomon would say.
No, but that's what I mean. There is, here's the thing. It'd be like the first time you encounter an enemy. Maybe have them talk randomly during the battle to give you clues to stuff.
Yeah.
Because you're guessing.
It feels like playing Digimon World with the goddamn Monochromon, and you're trying to haggle with the whatever assholes come in to
Persona 5 did a Persona 5. I mean, made it too easy by giving you their personality type, and you can play off of that. But that's maybe a suggestion that they might have that would have helped.
I will also say one thing that I feel like RPGs often fuck up and Survive didn't is that if there's alternate options, you still get experience points.
Yeah.
There's a lot of times where games were like, if there's an alternate way to end a battle, not including running away, if you do it, maybe you don't get experience points because something else. Here, it feels like you have the choice to do what you want, and you aren't punished for taking the choice.
Yeah.
So I actually quite appreciate that.
I do wish they would have. I do wish they'd tell you the objective of the battle before you choose your Digimon, because I just had one where there's an objective of keep these people alive, and I almost didn't put Labramon in the party.
I wonder what happens.
See, this is why you power level your healers into.
Wait, no. I believe those ones. I think there was a marker on the thing, like it won't let you actually start the battle. Like I think there was like a star or something like that. Like you have to pick them.
I haven't encountered that. Oh no, there's somewhere you are required to pick them, but it wasn't in that case.
Oh, okay.
And it was keep these Digimon alive.
Okay.
And I didn't know that was the objective until after I positioned my party.
So one thing that, if we do see some sort of visual novel tactical follow-up, pick the fucking words better for shit. They pick like the shortest words on the planet, and they shorten them even more for no reason.
There's no reason. It's like start that.
Start that.
Just how about battle or just there's no need for it. Period. Just it's like they hard coded in character limits or something weird.
That's what I was wondering.
But even still, just
like that's an NES game.
I was thinking that NES.
But even
6
still,
characters per name.
But even still, like, okay, if you have a character limit, instead of start bat, just battle or attack.
Yeah.
Overall, though, good game.
Overall, I love it. Yeah. We can have all these complaints, and I'm like, still, it's like this might
absolutely
still be this still might be the best Digimon game.
Well, see, here's the thing, and I've seen people on Twitter going, "This seems like the best Digimon game ever," and they go, "That's kind of false praise," and it is, because it's actually a good game.
It might be.
Yeah, there are. It's
the type they polished it a little better.
Yeah. Like I've seen. Actually, both towards me specifically and this in general, is the Switch performance apparently isn't good. I just don't care enough to even care, because
I can play it on handheld. That's good enough for me.
Here's the thing.
I wouldn't disagree that the Switch performance can lag a little bit, but I can play it on handheld.
Well, no, but that's what I mean. Like, it's a visual novel. It's not an action game. If I wanted it better, I would. Like, at some point, I'll get it on PC, and that has its own growing issues.
I heard about that.
So, they apparently did not program it to interface with DirectShow properly. DirectShow is Windows interface for dealing with video encoding.
That's kind of important.
So, if you have any sort of codec pack that does not use the default Windows splitter, I'm not going to detail what this stuff means. But, if you install codec packs or other stuff to have different video performance, you probably aren't using that splitter for AVC videos. The game doesn't apparently it doesn't interface with that correctly, and it just crashes when it plays a video.
Doing it? Okay.
Aww.
Okay.
And I've actually never seen that before, to the point that I'm almost tempted to get the game on PC just to see if it crashes on mine, because my setup for video is literally perfect because that's my job. Like, so I'm almost tempted to buy the game just to see if it crashes. But I also don't know where that line is, because I've seen some people claim they don't have codec packs and they just have VLC. And unless VLC's changed in the last few years, VLC shouldn't affect that at all. So I don't know what's going on there. So there's also seemingly issues with video scaling if you go past 1080p. And man, the PC players weren't prepared for the visual novel, were they? But yeah.
At least the piece on Steam, that's still the reviews on Steam are still listed as very positive.
Yeah, that changed. The first few hours, it went super negative.
Oh yeah,
but that
if they're getting
yes.
if it's unplayable.
Yes, that
first,
was because
you're not gonna leave a great review.
No, absolutely. Yeah, there's certain things I want to get the PC version just to check, because I'm also stuck in that weird position where, like, I have it on Switch, I'm a few hours in, but my brain says you should really switch to Steam because then your save is there. And, like, if you're going to go back and play it more and more and more, the PC's probably where that would end up happening on, like, a long-term basis.
Yeah, probably, but Remy wants to play it too, so.
Yeah, and I saw it on sale for $40, so I'm kind of tempted for PC.
Oh, there you go.
But
so that means Switch for me.
Yeah, I have no problem with the Switch. I'm really not bothered by the Switch performance at all. It's
fine. Yeah, I'm fine with it.
But yeah, I'm happy with the game overall.
I want to get done with this podcast so I can go back to
I honestly think the game does actually create an issue for people who don't like more adventure. I think functionally, this basically tells Bandai Digimon Adventure is the way forward, because the game seems to be doing well. I think the argument they take from it is base everything off adventure as much as you can. And I don't think that's a joke on my part.
Yeah, I mean, given how much of a departure, how much of a different world you got in Cyber Sleuth, it wouldn't surprise me at all to kind of go back to basics with the next story game.
Well, they've kind of told us that they were for that.
Did they?
Yeah, they basically said, "Oh, it's going to be in the digital world." They're going to.
Oh, that's right. They did say that. Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah. So we'll see. I'm reasonably happy with this. I think. I don't know how I'll feel about it at the end, mostly because I don't know how pleased I'll be if I play this for 40 hours. I think at some point drag's going to set in, mostly because I have limited free time at the best of times anyways.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I'm going to eventually get into a better rhythm as far as the regular flow of things. Like, I'll be comfortable skipping rooms that I don't think are going to matter.
See, and that's where you have an advantage to the game. I don't. My brain sits there and goes, I wonder what I can find.
My brain, I totally do that too.
And that's side quest brain.
No, so do I.
I'm still on chapter 2, especially when I found the damn unlockable memories. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That was like,
oh no,
crap.
Yes.
I gotta find all of these now.
No, it's exactly. It's like, that means, like, I'm checking every room and I'm using that fucking button to, like, jump between shit.
We're camera, and you're gonna use camera and everything, but we're gonna get a lot faster at that.
No, absolutely. But yeah, I appreciate the game. It's weird. It's better than Cyber Sleuth. I'm not sure I would rank it higher for one reason. I think for most people, they would get more joy out of Cyber Sleuth.
I think that the story remains to be seen, because Cyber Sleuth has a really good story.
Well, the characters
are better.
Gameplay. The characters are better, period.
So far.
It has Kunamon.
Yeah, I'll put a pin on that one and get back to you because I'm not slandering the Cyber Sleuth cast.
No, absolutely. Things could change quickly.
But I think that the gameplay is better. I think that the tactical RPG elements work better than the RPG elements in Cyber Sleuth.
I sat there and at one point I honestly went, the main thing so far for Survive, it makes me go, I want to see them go all in on a strategy RPG game.
Yeah.
Because they've done that very well.
Yeah. I'm going to put a pin in that until we actually get like challenges that are difficult, but so far I'm encouraged by what I'm seeing with the gameplay.
No, realistically, I can just put on auto battle for everything at this point.
I've seen a lot of people who have done that where once they get like high enough, they're like, I want to do the story. I don't care about the battles. They turn the speed up to 3x and they do auto battle and they're just
yeah.
And here's the thing, we're all early enough that maybe something changes. There hasn't been anything important in battles yet.
Nah, the only thing the auto battle doesn't do is it doesn't seem to go after item chests. I've noticed.
No! Ooh.
Yeah.
Like,
so I'll start and pause auto battle.
I've got a special core unit already for counting those guys out.
But yeah, so
that's what that aforementioned Biomon comes into play.
So we're all very early, so we can't like really judge the full game. But what grade would you give it at the point you're at?
At the point I'm at, probably A-.
I would say B+. I'm very happy with it. It's just the weird roughness, and it might be easier to accept that if it had been a year game and not 4 years.
Yeah,
like they put in so much effort into the English script, for example, but then you get the random stupid shit from Cyber Sleuth where like it's like no one was looking at it, even though
I'm not seeing as many of those.
It's not as many.
There I have noticed a few though.
There's some, but there's also less in the sense that when I see people bitching about it, like outright bitching, it's like only 2 or 3 things. It's not like Cyber Sleuth where it was over and over.
I haven't seen as many of the like straight up formatting issues that you had in Cyber Sleuth. Yeah. I've noticed typos.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like quality check that shit.
But yeah.
Right.
And
no excuses for typos, but
no. So
it's not like it's affecting your dialogue options.
I will say this: I would be probably more willing to judge this harshly in the future if they don't go back and fix that. Cyber Sleuth, they never did. This is a text game. That's the point. I would hope that they fix some of it because Cyber Sleuth had random shit and they just never fixed it. As far as I know, that Nintendo Switch clock thing is still broken. They never fixed it. So I would like them to fix the text here because I mean, it's on PC. It's an evergreen game. It will almost be impossible to get rid of Survive unless they just decide to dump it at some point. So yeah, I'm happy with it though, honestly.
Yeah.
Although I will say that Switch cartridge logo is ugly as shit.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I do not... That is ugly. And moving on from Survive, hey, new movie, and oh man, isn't it a shock that it's called Digimon Adventure Ode to the Beginning? We had no idea. Although
it's amazing. How amazing is it that this is secondary to other news this week?
See, I'm not even sure it is. I think there was more interesting stuff to discuss for Survive. I'm not sure it's secondary because, first off, I love the new design.
Secondary because
I love the new designs.
Survive is something we can actually deal with right now.
Yeah, this is basically...
Well, we can say they definitely over-delivered on what we were expecting.
Oh, no, absolutely. First off, the designs, all great. All, like, really well of their time also for clothes. Do you know how many people I know who lived in Japan around 2012 who says Hikari's wearing, like, the fashion it thing from that year for winter? Like,
it's a 0-2 thing. 0-2 always seems to be on point with their fashion.
Yes.
Every other season is hit or miss, but 0-2 seems to get it every time.
All the designs are neat. I would like them to just like randomly have Iori be taller.
Yeah, that's true.
There's a softness to the designs that I feel like wasn't there in Kazuna, which I'm not saying that's good or bad, but there's like a bit more curve to everyone. Especially when you look at a character like Vmon, who seems much rounder than he was, like his head.
Right.
And the only one that feels off to me is the art of Hakmon. It almost feels like some weird render or something.
That's a weird pose for
yeah.
For that kind
so
of
let's talk about the kids in Digimon first before we move on to the new characters. Daisuke's culinary school, training at a ramen shop. When the shop,
I think all of the kids can basically be summarized by they're on the way to the epilogue.
Yes, which I love how often they've done this in Try, Kazuna, in here, and people keep no fucking clue. Do you know how many people I saw going, they're rebooting 02? No, they're fucking not. This is like exactly what we expect.
Yep.
It's at the same time, it's so on point towards the epilogue that it's almost a little annoying how little information we get on the side.
So that's the funny part is like I was looking at some of these and I had to go check the epilogue designs because they're like, is that Ken's actual fucking coat from the epilogue? And no, that coat was white.
No.
But it's close enough I had to check because I remember like him having like an almost Columbo-esque duster.
Yes.
Miyako's the one who they've changed the style of the most, and that like is story integrated, so I like that.
Yeah. I don't know how you wear that in India, but
yeah. Also, just for the record, I love how many people just haven't paid any fucking attention to like Ken seems boring in design. He's almost like an old man. I'm like, that's the exact fucking point.
Ken's going for boring. He's always been boring when he's not the Kaiser.
That's the exact point.
It's what he wants.
Yeah.
It's not what I want.
Iori is the one who most is. Iori has nothing to do, so it's just pre-epilogue Iori.
Yeah, that's
lazy,
honestly.
Also, I demand these motherfuckers not have Armadamon sing. The profile says he's good at singing. That worries me.
I think they mean he's good at singing and says he likes to sing.
We've dealt with this before. No, he's not. Takaru, every fucking time with the fucking hat.
Well, yeah, that's trademark.
If he didn't killing Leomon, Leomon dies. Takaru has a fucking ugly hat.
If he didn't have a new hat, I'd be disappointed. I'd be angry.
So first, let's talk about Ukomon, which is kind of an ugly little fucking thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a Cleon.
I don't know what they're talking about with cute looking. The thing has jowls.
And then we get Ryu.
Like the actual horrifying creature that it's based on is cuter.
How would you pronounce this? I've generally heard people say Ryu.
Rui.
Okay.
Rui.
So
Rui would be the accurate.
So the interesting thing here is, and we've talked about it before, some fans are very bad when it comes to media literacy. Him saying he's the first chosen child in the world does not mean the response is he doesn't seem old enough. That's the point.
Yeah.
I see people going, this doesn't make any sense. He's clearly a child. He can't be.
That's the mystery.
Yes. That's the mystery. That's the point. And can we just say that's the best guest stunt casting on the fucking planet?
Oh my god, yes.
Jesus fucking Christ. Megumi Ogata's never been in Digimon, and that's the role they picked them for? Holy shit.
How has Megumi Ogata never been in Digimon, first off?
No, and the best one is the quotes, just how excited they are about, because they know what's going on, and they're just excited about it.
Mm-hmm.
That's functionally one of the most famous voice actors who's ever existed, to the point that if you just went with their most popular role, they'd still be one of the most popular voice actors ever. And there's there's dozens of roles. If it was just Shinji and Evangelion, that would already make them top 10.
It's like the movie starts with Shinji dropping out of the sky. Okay, we're sold.
Yeah. So we're not going to detail stuff too much because we don't have dates yet. There's a lot to go over in the future. There's a lot. And that's basically, I think, almost where to leave off with, because because it's August and we don't have a date. We don't know how much they rushed to make that clip. There's been suggestions they're earlier than they would normally say.
This might be all they have.
Yeah. So
they might have only produced the trailer and that snippet.
My gut tells me if it's next year, it's going to be summer or late. If we're nearly past the point of where we would expect them to say something if it was going to be early in the year.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We didn't even bring up Ri Kugamiya is Uglymon.
She's back.
Yeah.
She's been in Digimon before, so
a number of times.
Exciting. Yeah.
And that's where I feel bad because she's an exciting actress to have in anything.
The
problem
definitely.
is it's sort of like when we get Goku and stuff. We aren't that excited because we're used to
it. She's the sheep that tries to get in the way that we kind of go, okay, you already had your moment. Look at the new cute one.
Yeah. It's like Kurama from Yu Yu Hakusho's right over there. But yeah, I'm excited to see where this goes, especially with the vague suggestion that the title of the beginning is a misnomer. The various interview stuff almost gives the suggestion that we're supposed to take it as the beginning of what comes next, rather than the plotting suggestion of this is meant to be an origin story to tell us what happened in the past. They keep Riley suggesting that this is the beginning of something. I like the logo now that we got to see clean and not photographed from the thing.
It looks. Tell it was going to be good.
And hastily censored.
Yes, I mean it looks nice. The designs of the kids I really like. Ukomon has to grow on me. I'll be honest.
Maybe it's supposed to be kind of fugly.
Maybe, because to me, it just goes, wow, it's a really ugly Marine Angemon.
I was going to say it's based on the same creature that Marine Angemon is based on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there's a lot to... We'll have plenty of time in the future to bring this up. We're going to get some cafes or something for this shit. I can tell.
Yeah, we'll get all that stuff.
Yeah.
But not right now.
Yeah, so... Plenty to go over with that in the future. And then the Digimon Museum, and I'm still not sure what the prototype is. It looks like a test bed to me. To swap parts quickly. I love that they had the wall of various Digimon that use the card art. I love that they put up a 30-minute tour. And I love that we were fucking wrong and they did make Vmon and Gilmon mascots.
Did make Vmon and Gilmon costumes.
Am I wrong?
So fucking cute.
Also, am I wrong? Or was from the clips, was the person in the Vmon one really fucking energetic?
They had a lot of caffeine.
Yeah.
I don't know, the Gilmon one seemed very in character too.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. But the Vmon one was seemed like extra energetic, and I don't know why. But yeah, we got a half-hour tour of that.
They drank their weight in Monster beforehand.
Yeah. Because we had so much, I didn't include everything we could have. So next week, Director Kakudo went to the museum.
I didn't see that many. I didn't see that many exclusive pictures.
Well, it looks like he went with family, so he wasn't in there early.
He's losing his touch.
He went to the general thing. So because what it is they normally invite him to tour it. And here it was he wanted to wait in line with family. He was getting shots of the mascots and stuff like that. So it was. So it wasn't
conventional cute stuff, not insidery taking pictures when you're not supposed to stuff, which is what we've come to appreciate from him.
So on top of the museum, hey, DigiFes happened. So it went on.
DigiFes happened, yeah.
It happened, but it's weird. We had no craziness.
It's like I said, it was just
we got
happened.
We got the nice social art, which is weird because they had Duskmon in it.
Yeah, it was kind of a choice.
They normally
That's because he's the better choice.
He is, but I'm surprised they made it.
So from DigiFes, they put up the goods online. There wasn't much discussed there because we saw them all. The product displays, we got some previews of. Some stuff we'll talk about in a bit, but the one that I wanted to point out, we got to see the hero who has not got the Motodamas. We got little previews of those. I'm looking forward to getting like press images of those. Yes.
Yeah.
So the product displays were nice. It felt like they were lined up better than they have been in years past. Also, how nice do those D scanners look?
They look very sexy.
I will say it appears they decided to put those out early because one, I don't believe those worked at all. And two, if you look, I'm reasonably sure those are hand painted. And not like the high-end hand painting they normally do. Like if you look at them, you can see the paint. Normally you can't.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So
I'd have to zoom in later.
Yeah, the paint is globbed on in a few places.
Yeah.
They put up a more formal teaser where they clearly did not have the paint. Right. Because those are just the silhouettes. So
oh my, what could they be?
Yeah. And then also on display, and they also properly put up pre-orders, the 25th anniversary set. Most people were quite happy with this. I saw very few complaints, and the people who were complaining are the people who basically complain about everything.
Right.
So let's talk about what we get. You get the body of the BE with a few brown buttons tailored to the design of the brick band, the brick case. The cases are designed after the originals, but they have some moderns. They're not like completely there, but they're close. And you get both of those. They also clarify that yes, if you do not like the cases, it is a normal BE body as far as attachments go. You can buy bands. They tease the
I like the versatility.
They tease the online a little bit, and in a trailer they confirmed that will be called the Vital Bracelet Arena. And then we got to the fun stuff. So it's a version 1 evolution path, as you'd expect. We get a new evolution for Monzaimon named Shin Monzaimon, and that's a fucking design, isn't it?
Yes.
I see the sprite.
I wonder if that's going to be like their 25th anniversary.
I don't think so.
Digimon.
I'm wondering if we won't get one. Because
I'm still hoping.
I'm hoping, but so much is happening. It feels more like we're just getting new Digimon around the time frame, and they're not calling any of them the 25th anniversary.
Yeah, it's not like Zubamon running around screaming, "I am the 20th."
Yes. And the evolution path is basically the 20th anniversary, but with Shin Monzaimon added. And because the new one has extra spaces, as you play through adventure mode, you unlock an evolution path for Pulsemon, and this is the first sprites any of his family's gotten. And some of these are adorable. I think the best one's the Pulsemon one himself, though. Where this has like where like they had to like try to draw the little electric bolt coming out of his head. You get a Shikishi with Tyrannomon art, which looks good from Kenju Watanabe. And they reiterated again and again and again, the DIM will be out in the fall. You do not need to buy this if all you want is the DIM. That will be available. The price is honestly better than I expected. About 12,000 yen. So about, at the moment, if you ignore intermediaries, about $100. That's not that terrible.
When you consider like the cost of the BE, the band, the DIM card.
Well, that's the thing is, we don't know how much the BE cost yet.
Well, I expected like between $20 and $30 equivalent above the.
I would expect. I would probably say, based on how they're feeling, between 40 and 70 is about what I'm thinking. But yeah, it looks nice. I like the Pulsemon things, honestly. They went over it in Mon Memo a bit. And then, for the most important Vital Bracelet news in the past week, we got the new short, and Espimon's just delightful in it.
It is the best.
That guy's little shit.
The moment when he starts to do the Gundam rocketing, I just fucking lost it.
Espimon is already fantastic.
Yeah, I'm really happy with that. Am I wrong, or was the version of the song slightly remixed? It was
No
hard to tell
idea.
because they were kind of like filtering it to do like the speaker thing. So I'm not
I
sure.
wasn't paying that close of attention.
Yeah, I forget what the song is instantly, so.
And then the most exciting news, it's fiscal reports.
Woo, who needs to play Survive? Let's dig into this.
And here's the best part. We basically have nothing to say because it's basically stuff's
Same
up,
thing.
Digimon's doing well. They have nothing to say about Ghost Game or anything else, basically.
It's basically the same shit as the last time.
Yeah.
I think last time they at least like mentioned that Survive existed or was starting or something. This one, yeah, that was about it. And then we're off to cards. So we got the Frontier 20th, the little mini set they announced. The art's so nice for this. Like,
I love the Pokemon and Amon.
Right?
They all look neat to me. I think the mat's neat, to be honest. I think the only issue with the mat is you should have had the numbers on both sides, so you could flip it around whichever way you want. But I like that it has the spirits. That is basically $70. I don't know if I like that there's 2 of each card though, which is neat. Then we have the clean parallel cards for booster set EX03 printable playmat. I still like how they were very like, we discussed it last time, like the revealing of that 7th parallel card after they told us like 20 times what it was without showing it to us. And then we have
we have no idea what this will be.
And we have details for starter deck 14.
I want this one a lot.
Yeah. Basically, all the cards are shiny and luxurious. There's bonus cards. I'm not sure if it's worth double prior ones, though. I need to see what's in this. So,
I want to see what the mat looks like.
Yeah. I like that art of Beelzebubon, though. Very anime plus of them. So that's October 30th. Fun Digica unboxed booster set. Card Battle did a match. The shows are in that weird zone where they can't really do anything because they're in between sets, so they're basically just playing matches and nothing else. And then we have figures from DigiFes. So first off, the Sakuya Monzaimon, that looks great.
I have a mighty need.
Yeah. Now, the last time we got Sakuyamon was that toy figure, like 4 years ago, I think.
It feels longer than that at this point.
Yeah. Well,
that was really hard to even find.
Well, I think that was one of those where like pre-orders were up for a month and that was it.
Yeah, and they didn't really advertise it that much to begin with. It's oh shit, that thing happened.
Yeah. And then 2 new lookup figures were announced via Silhouette. Did they announce the first 2 at DigiFest last year?
Possibly.
So Patamon looks like Patamon. Goblimon, I need to wait and see an image of because that silhouette does not look right to me.
I think he's sitting down.
No, he is. But like in my head, Gabumon's like chunkier.
Chunky.
Yeah, like it's this weird center. It looks weird, and I need to see a better image of it. And then
I don't know. I mean, I'm comparing it to like Agumon's torso, which is a little thinner than we might expect. I'm expecting something along those lines.
Yeah, and then
but not as opposed to Patamon, who's just full on chalk.
Patamon, yeah. We got
you can't really. It's just oral.
Yeah, you can't de-chunk Patamon.
Yeah. We got a trailer showing off all the Digimon model kits so far, and at the end they tease Angemon. I'm pretty sure this is a standard, not an amplified. It's kind of hard to tell with the silhouette, but this is just kind of like normal Angemon, right?
Probably.
I think based on that, but we'll see. And then the most important Digimon product in a year and a half. The giant Agumon bear brick that is almost 28 inches tall.
Why?
I think that's Dev. I think that's the same noise you made when they announced the original ones a year and a half ago.
Okay. They have announced some of these before. I was like, I remember seeing something like this before.
They announced
that, or it was a nightmare. I don't know.
They announced a normal one and they announced a 4X one a year and a half ago.
Yeah, so why would you make one that costs as much as a fucking console?
So, and here's the thing. That's only the price because the exchange rate's great for us right now. Like, remember, we have some of the best exchange rates we've had in years. If this had been a year and a half ago, do you remember what my math was to do offhand at the time? Just remove the last two yen numbers.
That's basically what
That's
I
always
do.
what I always just do that.
So this is more this a year and a half.
So instead of $638, it's $600 is what you're saying.
No, instead of $480, it would have been $600. And I'm not joking in the chat. If someone tells me they buy this, I require some sort of essay explaining it to me so they don't get banned.
I want to know why.
No, exactly. Because here's the thing.
He wouldn't even get that courtesy from me.
Here's the thing. We lovingly mock when people buy like the Shadow Hal, whatever the hell it was called. I forgot.
Sure.
Because from a collector's perspective, I can understand it even if I think it's stupid. I get it. It's not like there's even a line to collect. I require an explanation from a Digimon fan who decides this is what they need to buy. Like, even if the explanation is just like, well, I was stupid and I bought the first two because they were cute, and then I need the giant one so I can swing. Like, at least tell us you're gonna like swing it at someone.
It's like maybe you have like a giant Duplo set in your room, and you just want something that looks like it might be compatible.
Agumonzilla stomping all over the set.
Yeah. This is the plot of the third Lego movie.
All three of us need an essay explaining if you and here's the thing. I don't know if the Medicom places that do this ship overseas. So then you may have to do an intermediary, and it's an oversized item.
You're just gonna have Agumon floating on a boat.
Across
the ocean.
No, and that's why it's funny because like I've seen some people go, I only bought like the Jellymon plush from HLJ, and because the size of a plush, shipping it overseas, it's a $14 plush, and shipping if you buy only that is gonna be $20.
Sure.
What's this fucking 2-foot monstrosity gonna cost to ship if it's like?
It might be cheaper to just use it as a boat.
You could put it
across the fucking Pacific.
I was gonna say
I had to mute myself. I started coughing because of that shit.
Can it fly coach?
Yeah. That. Oh God! It can be your onboard luggage that you have to stow.
It doubles
have a seat.
It doubles as a flotation device.
Fuck. So, okay, here's the thing. Someone buy this so we can mock it when you pose it in stupid ways. That's the only excuse you have.
You better pose it in stupid ways if you get this.
I will answer the joke Curious Cat that sent in earlier today if any of us were going to buy it. No. If you want any of us to buy it, I'm going to need like $600 at least to cover shipping. And then I'm literally going to take 5 pictures of it as a joke, and then it'll go in a closet never to be seen again.
Oh God, I hate
Imagine
to be the person who opens
open
that closet door.
No, I just thought of what's worth it to... Are you ready? You remember when people would buy standees and hide them in things to freak out family members?
Yes.
Well, yeah.
You do that with this. Just like randomly tape it up in like the shower. Someone just opens the thing and Agumon's just floating right there.
Yeah, it's like cause of death. Grandpa opened up the shower and this fucking dinosaur bear was there and he's dead now.
Yeah.
Death by bear prick.
Okay, let's move on from the exciting, stupid-ass bear. So next up, life-size Chibimon. So here's the thing. I like this. It doesn't look very like soft to me. It looks like it has structure, and I don't know how I feel about that.
I mean, the real Chibimon has presumably some structure.
Yeah.
I've always assumed that Chibimon was a vertebrate.
So here's the thing. If this were made available where it didn't need an intermediary, I would probably be stupid enough to buy it.
I want the thing.
Here's the issue. 11,000 yen, so like that's like $80. because of the size, though, that's gonna be like $50, $60, $70 to ship.
Floated on the Agumon.
Oh no, AR, you just gave someone an idea. But yeah, I like it. Like, here's the thing: if Premium Bandai USA said, "Okay, we're gonna have this for $85," I might give it some thought. Having to deal with an intermediary, no way in hell. It just no. Then we get to see the Otodamas. Okay, Pumpmon, Caramon, and Gatsumon all look fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Um,
we expected that going in, though.
So the armor ones, do they all look a bit derpy? Especially Flamedramon?
Magnemon's...
Flamedramon's face looks kind of...
because you have to give him the smile. Magnemon's face is covered.
Magnemon's okay.
Yes. Flamedramon's a bit derpy for me.
Yes, the other two are... no.
Yeah. I want to see detailed press shots of the others first, because those are the ones that, like...
Yeah.
The hero ones.
Flamedramon's a hard no. Lydramon I might be able to get sold on, but it's doubtful.
See, I think if you were walking through a convention, you saw Lydramon for $20, you'd get it.
20, maybe not.
Well,
not
here's
really.
the thing. 20 is the fantasy low price, to be fair.
Yeah.
Like, that's the made up. Yeah. So, yeah. And then, new poll. Who is your favorite perfect?
I have comments about this, but they would be inappropriate for this podcast.
Yeah, I had the same thought about yeah. Great. So we have
we going off the we looking at the frontier polls and thinking so what we're all thinking.
We have the generic hero. We have the one that everyone who keeps bringing up violence like it really exists in stuff is going to go for. And then it's only 8 p.m. and we're not rated 18 plus, although I think we are tagged mature since we all curse, so yeah.
Yeah, it's like, are you a scaly, a furry, or into tentacles?
Basically.
Yep.
It actually is a coin flip for like any order in this one, to be honest. Especially since the numbers in these are low enough that it's kind of easy to rock it around. So we'll see. Yeah, and then moving on. So we have a few more shots from the museum. I love those masks. The Vmon mascot especially is amazing. The displays were great. Then some photos from DigiFes that the cast and agencies put up. A few more of those. I will say this: Miyazaki still has a ton of fucking energy.
Right.
Like, he still fucking performs like insanely. And then. So first up, we got art for the museum. Again, I feel like this is an Agumon image I've seen, the one in this shot. Like, I look at that Agumon and I go, I swear I've seen this fucking thing before. And then more, I love the DigiFest chalk art of Daisuke.
Oh yeah, and Takuya?
Yeah. I love it.
They're just
I love
friends.
Takuya's shirt.
Friends by convenience, but yeah.
Yeah. And then the 20th anniversary of the Pendulum Progress. I love Chaos Dramon holding it there.
He's having such a good time.
I know. And he even got to be the cover art for the set named after Dragon's Roar, which is one of the first Pendulum Progresses. And then, okay, so this is actually an exciting one for me. So they added Fighter Mode Black to the reference book, and it's new art, and it's the same style we saw in the card game, which means this is the reference art they had for it, and that's why that was different.
Mm-hmm.
But he even has like a different weapon and stuff. Like, I like that mild change where it's just changed enough to be interesting.
Yes, especially the teeth.
Yeah, I'd like touches like that. I don't need it for every recolor, but I feel like something like this, it actually adds something. Like, really.
So much better than the gold Gardramon.
God bless trying to stuff one more Digimon into Hacker's memory. And then we got good profile art of good old Gigasmon, and then one of the animation directors had put up art for episode 35, and it was just cute enough, I just decided to throw it in.
It is very cute.
Yeah, it just there was enough room to stick it in, so I was like, why not? And then time for questions. You guys in the chat, throw those up because we're zooming off. Someone wants to know what would make us happy that for the new Frontier D scanners.
I'm happy that it exists.
I am too. As stupid as it sounds, I would love there to be like a handheld, just like a ring.
Oh, to do like a scan?
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Like just like a little prop thing. Like it doesn't need to be nice, just something. Like it feels like that is kind of like an add-on that they won't do.
Mm-hmm.
I just like it. So anything beyond that, or just like you're so happy they have it? That's kind of like
I'm not as enthusiastic with Frontier to be like. I'm glad it exists. I'm happy for people.
Yeah.
I just have no preference because I didn't care for it that much. Like I got my D arc, so I don't care.
I think that's in a few months, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's like October or November, I believe.
I don't remember if I ordered it. Did I order all 3 of those, Dev?
Yes, you did. You did. And you asked if I wanted all of them. It's like, I held off until Bandai USA had it, and I grabbed it right before like pre-orders closed.
I think I poked you about that you would like did you forget this is closing in like 6 hours? And I think you like did that like kid run, like gotta get it. Yeah. Derek wants to know what would we think about Mirai making a small cameo in Survive?
It probably doesn't make any sense, but I just kind of want one for continuity's sake.
I feel like it's so disconnected from
it really is.
Because here's the thing.
Yes.
Here's the thing. Digimon stuff often will do this disconnect stuff, and then at the end it will twist it around. So like, no, it's not as disconnected as you think. But I feel like unless
that would be really would have to they'd have to go really far.
No, that's what I mean. Like she doesn't fit in the world even in these, because even for a crossover to happen, you have to like have worlds that make sense in some degree.
And like you said, this world is so detached from like acknowledging Digimon.
Like I'm trying to think of how. Here's the only way I could see it working without a wild twist is you randomly just a girl gives you something to help and you don't get a full look at her. It's like shadowed, but the silhouette's her.
Something
and then at the end,
I'd be down for that.
And then and they think it's Oi or they think it's whoever, and then at the end it's just not clarified who the ghost girl was, and maybe Mirai.
Right. And she's got 2 cats. I don't know.
Yeah. So that's basically all you can do is basically, So, 1 second. AR, you keep talking for a moment, would you?
I could go on to the next question here.
Yeah, go ahead. Okay, yeah.
I
dealt with the spam.
Yeah, I was just seeing you're dealing with the spam. Yeah. So let's ask a source question. What is your favorite human character in Digimon Survive for where you are at? Mind you, I'm in Chapter 2.
Kunemon.
Yeah, it's a good. It really is down to the Digimon, because the Digimon characters are the ones that are impressing me so much. I really like Falcomon.
So
Labramon is fantastic.
The writing for Falcomon, it very much reminds me of the old English scripting for Frog.
It's half Frog from Chrono Trigger and half like Steve Bloom's Falcomon and Data Squad.
Yeah, exactly.
I could totally see Steve Bloom voicing that Falcomon with the same voice and it working.
Yes,
maybe he'll add even more of an accent.
The English scripting is very nice. I'm very happy with it. Who'd you say, Dev?
Kunemon is baby.
Okay, so me and Dev both picked Kunemon, and we won't say why, because you should get to discover that for yourself.
Yeah.
So someone wants to know, ignoring that we know a story game is coming, what would you like to see next for a Digimon game now that Digimon Survive is out? That's actually a more interesting question. Like,
I mean, my joke answer is like all the people complaining about it being so visual novelty and text based. Like I want them to go full on Zork. Like I want it to be full on 80s text adventure now.
You know what I would? Okay,
It is pitch black. Okay. You are likely to be eaten by a Groomon.
Okay, so we joked about this on Twitter. Do Digimon Survive? Instead of doing dark, go screwball comedy. Go fucking Salmon Max. Because here's the thing, we discussed.
It would basically be Disgaea.
So here's the thing, we discussed this with JRPGs a few weeks ago. We have an engine for visual novel and basic tactical in Digimon. Do something with it. I mean, because you can do a lot. I mean, hell, they're not going to, but you could do a Savers game with it. The actual framing works for doing like anime side story.
Yeah.
Do something stupid. Yeah. Like it does not. Here's the thing: you have the engine. You can actually do something in a year now. Just do something stupid. And I mean that in a good way.
The other suggestion I was going to make is I would love to have like a sports game. Like I'd love to see like Mega Man Soccer with Digimon. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
I think. Oh my God! There's only one thing to do. Gigasmon's Big Adventure, the visual novel.
Oh God's sake.
Ian wants to know, what non-lead / gogglehead Digimon partner would you like to see a mascot costume for?
Non-lead
Digimon partner.
I mean, my go-to is always screaming Dorumon.
See, but that's a lead. That's a lead, though.
Yeah.
In fact, he's been a lead at least twice that I can think of.
Yes.
If you're, are you trying to say Rearize? Because I dispute that.
He was a lead character. He was a lead partner character in it.
He was part of the cast.
Oh, I thought he meant like any lead. You can't choose.
I was taking that to mean like you can't pick the
Okay. I thought he meant like no leads, no goggleheads, period. And I was trying to think of like, the secondary.
You're trying to do like Gatsumon or something.
Okay, so
I was gonna say like just like Piomon would be fun, or actually no, Tailmon would be a good one. I think Tailmon would be a nice one to have.
Okay, you know which one I want to see just because I would like to see how they would do it? Patamon.
Mugendramon?
Yeah, you're gonna say Patamon. Mugendramon.
Because like Patamon, like you have the vertical thing, and you almost like imagine him like waddling like a penguin.
Right.
Yeah.
I think Patamon is too. That would be kind of weird to try to see. No, I'll stick with Tailmon.
And who do you say, Dev? I forgot, honestly.
Mugendramon.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, here's the problem with.
I was serious. I have made.
Are you trying to explain
how to make that work?
Are you trying to explain the problem with a Mugendramon
costume? No. And here's why I want to say what the problem is I just imagine it as the Digimon figure of Mugendramon, but scaled up. It's just gonna be Ed. It's just gonna be Ed 209 from RoboCop, but like a chibi of it.
What's wrong with that?
Isn't that Andromon?
No, that's RoboCop. I'm saying Ed 209.
Oh.
Okay. The chicken walker from RoboCop with the big head.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Then someone wants to know any shows you've been thinking of binging marathon. Do you know how fucking long Digimon Survive is, man? None of us have any free time outside of it when we have free time. Like,
yeah, like I've been eyeing Amphibia, but it's gonna be a while.
Like, here's the thing: I'm not gonna have any free time probably for at least a week and a half. So once that week and a half's up, the choice is I can either play Digimon Survive a ton, or I can go, well, I'm never fucking playing through this more than once, and that's it. Like, there's no time to binge shit. In fact, I think Star Trek Lower Deck Season 3 starts this month. I have shit to do.
I still need to catch up on Stranger Things.
Oh yeah, that too.
I haven't watched any of that show.
Second season.
I haven't. Yeah, I'm like 2 seasons behind now, I think.
Yeah.
2 or 3. Is it on 4 or 5? Like 4.5 or?
I think it's like 4.5. Yeah. Is what I thought it was, and I'm confused.
Last call for questions in the chat. I think we will skip answering any questions about how we think the next movie will end. for the time being.
Yeah.
At this point, it's 99% imagination. There's
we get that stuff a lot, and I'm like, I just want them to tell a story,
Yeah.
tell their own story.
Here's the thing. It's not
Like,
that it's
I
not.
don't-
It's not that it's not an interesting question. It's that we know so little about the movie, we can't even theorize. It's basically flipping a
Yeah.
coin and going yes or no. That
Yeah.
I mean,
it's
all
an
we've got so far is a ramen shop, an ugly sea creature,
Yeah,
and
well,
it's
you
an
know,
in- it's
The fact that Rui had a cracked Digivice was interesting, and it means it's like that probably will be relevant, but I don't
but yeah,
care.
it's not relevant to the ending though, and how
Right.
it
We don't
relates
know
to.
we don't know which direction they're gonna take with
Yeah.
that.
Sora, I have to be honest, I don't know what Yomawari is. Yomawari. I will look it up.
Yeah, the answer is no.
Oh, it's a survival horror game. No, I'm not familiar with it.
never heard of it.
Yeah.
And then someone wanted to know, we joked about news not slowing down until after DigiFest. Do you think it will? Here's the thing. It has to, because like the last month has been purposely going overboard. You can't sustain that, even just staff dealing with it.
Yeah.
Like Discotech had an announcement night on Saturday. I'm still fucking hosed from that. Because I was doing that and the Digimon reporting stuff.
They had a time delay on that. Yeah, you were 3 hours behind when they were.
No, early.
That's
It
gotta
was
be.
East Coast at least.
Yeah.
So like they were
I should have been at Otakon.
So like they were starting at like 9 p.m. So I was doing it like at 6 p.m.
That's not so bad.
Which was better than the original announce, which was going to be like 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. on Sunday.
Right.
It was like, oh, that was going to be
Oh man, they almost gave Discotech the death slot.
That was good. That was going to be. Well, I think the idea was they were going to put in a larger room, I think. But it's like, man.
Still the death slot.
Yeah. So instead it was the prime time night slot.
But yeah.
Look, I've been to Otakon. That's the time when everyone is completely hungover from the rave the night before.
Absolutely. Yeah, I've been to Otakon twice, and that is true.
Man, some neat stuff was announced. People went nuts at Urusei Yatsura, the actual TV show.
Yeah.
Look, that is one of my friend's favorite series ever, so
yeah,
she's going to like lose her goddamn mind.
Yeah. But yeah, news has to slow down for a bit just because reality of it. I think that's about it. AR, what have you been up to? What are you doing?
I'm playing Survive.
Do you still have
probably
do you still have a family, or is it just Survive?
Family's busy with other stuff. They have their own distractions.
Okay.
We'll still probably watch Atmon on Thursday though.
Okay. How goes Atmon? Where are you at?
We're right in the heart of the Mienumon. It's had the first Globemon debut actually.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay. I still think that was a great debut, to be honest. Like, honestly.
It was. They did not play Be My Light in that episode. We had a discussion on that a couple weeks ago, I think.
That's one of those things where, like, in my mind, I remember there being a vocal theme there. I just don't remember what it is.
It wasn't.
Yeah. It feels like there should have been, though. But yeah, Dev, what Wikimon article do you like people to read?
Shima Unimon.
I missed what you said entirely, to be honest.
Shima Unimon. It's the asshole zebra.
I always forget that fucker exists. Then it's like, oh yeah, there is a zebra version of that. And I can be found with the will as always. We will catch you guys next time. Thank you for showing up. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.